Your Facebook ads are not broken. It's actually the Andromeda update that's killing it without you realizing. While most advertisers and business owners are complaining about, rising ad costs, panicking because their ad account is losing performance, there's a small pool of advertisers like myself who are able to actually scale their spend and dropping their cost per acquisition. I recently dropped my cost per call from $230 to $180, spending $20K a day by using the exact method I'm going to talk to you about inside of today's video. So subscribe if you're new and make sure that you have your Facebook Ads Manager out, because I'm going to show you some things you can plug and play right away. Now, most people think that the Andromeda update is about, creatives and smarter targeting, but I'm here to tell you that it's not just about that. There's also a data feedback loop that you've been missing out on that you need to implement to your business today. Over the last 90 days, I've spent well over $1.52 million of my own ad money to prove that this is real. So make sure you listen to this video, because what I'm gonna break down for you is absolute gold. So like I said, subscribe, let's hop into this. So first things first is, what does Andromeda mean for us? This is the way that I've basically consolidated how we read Andromeda, okay? We used to run 20 plus campaigns. A lot of advertisers did, not just us. 20 plus campaigns years ago. Maybe, 2-3 years ago, it was a huge thing. It was, we'll separate each thing, have segmentation, yada, yada, yada. Nope. Now we actually consolidated with a simpler ad account to where we just run one CBO per objective with 15 to 20 ads that we're testing. So we'll have like a lead campaign, a submit application, and then like a schedule campaign. So for example, one CBO per objective. I would have one campaign for leads, one campaign for submit application, and one campaign for schedule. And these three are gonna work together to feed Facebook's API, which we'll get into later, which is the data feedback loop that I'm gonna break it down for you to understand with a real life example. Now, we used to run 23 campaigns and now we've got down to 2. And our cost per leads or call went from $230 to $180, which saves us $50 per lead. So for every 4 booked calls, we now get an extra book call. So instead of 4, that's 5, right? That's a 25% increase by just simply doing this exact method. So make sure you are paying attention to this, because right now we're spending about $20K a day with this exact structure that I'm gonna break down for you. Nice smiley face, okay? So this is how I basically wrapped a lot of this. We're gonna map out. So you're probably wondering, how did we do this? Well, we used what I like to call the creative rotation pinwheel. Okay, I want to get more creatives without spending so much on production and costs and ad testing money, right? When people say all the time, test your ads, keep testing, keep testing. It's all bullshit. You don't have to keep testing. You got to use ads that are already proven to work. Here are the 4 top ads that we currently use that churn 20K plus a day in ad spend. Number 1 is customer wins. If I have a video of me side by side on Zoom with a prospect, I am gonna get better results than me just standing here talking about how great we are. Let us have a prospect, client, customer talk about how great we are side by side with the founder and the actual client, and you'll get better results. There's 3 things every prospect wants to know before they buy. Number 1 is, do they trust you? Second is, what's the timeline? And 3 is, what results are they gonna get? And that's what the customer wins is gonna answer. Second is the founder story. And this is all about one word: storytelling. Stories always sell. And if you can loop the entire A to B story, you're gonna have better success actually grasping the attention of your avatar. If they're sitting there reading your story and listening to you and they're like, wow, that was like me, and I'm having trouble with X, and wow, he gets me. That is storytelling. And that gets what we call resonation, or allowing you to resonate with the avatar. Number 3 is us versus them, which are all your competitors. Okay, this allows you to express one thing: comparison without hate. You want to do this strategically. Do not talk shit about competitors. You do comparisons. Us versus them can be a simple T-chart. You could do all the things about you and then the things about them. So you do all the benefits of your side and then all the stuff that you don't like about them or that customers don't like, and you would put it in a T-chart kind of ad, and then you would put like a nice image towards the bottom. Maybe a nice image of you holding up a trophy, a nice authority pic of you speaking, something that bridges the gap for authority. Maybe some news logos of news sites that you've been published on, okay? Number 4 is product demos. This is just watching the product in action. This could be in the SaaS game. This could be maybe a customer like timeline journey kind of ad, you know, from the customer's onboarding call to their win. This can also be in the e-com space, looking at the product, setting it up, getting results, instant gratification. And that's what you're basically doing here. I know I put IG, it's not Instagram, it's instant gratification. And that's what you want to find. Now, find 2 winners per week. Why is this important for you to understand? If I was told that I have to get 10 to 20 new ads per week, if I know these are my top 4, I just got to do 3 to 5. That's it. 3 to 5 new ads every week, and I'm going to find 2 of those to be winners. And now if I do 2 times 52, that's 104. 104 winners that I find throughout the entire year. You can get to 5 figures in ad spend finding 100 really good creatives, but what's the problem? Most of you don't want to do it because you don't want to spend the money, you don't want to invest in the business. You're a baby about shit, okay? When it's time to pull out the credit card, you run. And that's why we just do this stuff for you, okay? So if you would like for us to bolt onto the business, we build webinars, book of calls, application funnels, DM funnels, we do the whole 9 yards, low ticket funnels, book funnels, you name it, we run it. So click the calendar in the description, book a call with us, you don't have to worry about all this crap. We handle it for you. Now, the reason why this stuff is so important is because we're looking for a data feedback loop, okay? And this is how it works. We always start with our buyer data on the Facebook API. The Facebook API allows you to get better data from all the conversion you're getting, from purchase data, demographic data, behavioral data. And this is where all of this starts. That's why there's a big ass circle right here. Now, I'm using the webinar example for this. So first step would be, I have my Facebook API set up. How do I get the right data? And what do I even send to Facebook? Like, what's actually worth it? Let's say I get attendees for my webinar. That's the first level of data that I can send to GHL, right? I'm getting attendance stage on Go High Level. I can send that to a conversion API to a custom audience. Now I can get my list of attendees. Second is those attendees can buy. So now I get to target based on cash collected or lifetime value of the buyer. I have now attached my cookie to this person's entire wallet. I can now see what their buying behaviors are. Now, if I have attendees who now have buyer data, what is going to be told to me inside of the ad account? What creative got that person to click? Because now I can make smart decisions on the creative side that I got from all the buyer data because I had attendees show up. This is just like front of the funnel to the back of the funnel. If attendees show up, they now buy. If they buy, it's loop 2 creative. If they now know where the ad came from, now it feeds the buyer data right into Facebook. Because now I can scale and I can make lookalike audiences out of it, and now I have a seasoned pixel, which allows me to target all my buyer data based on LTV, cash collected, attendees, and more. A lot more, which leads me right back to the beginning. And this is the feedback loop that you want to have, because the reason why you don't know what creatives work is because you damn well are not tracking this, and you certainly are not using ROAS, most of you are not, to revert back the buyer data. You're depending on Go High Level free reporting and free tools and UTMs and Google Sheets that don't send the data back to Facebook. Facebook does not know, only you know, and Facebook is smarter than you. You gotta feed the beast, you gotta feed Andromeda. So I hope this video gave you a good breakdown. If you wanna work with us and have us run your ads and implement all these things out of your business, the Calendly link is in the description. Click it, it's also in the comment section, and drop any comments you have about creative, about data, about any softwares that you're thinking about hooking up. If you want my feedback, drop it in the comment section. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.